Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Ty with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at Bitcoin's daily analysis, remember this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Also, when you feel value has been added, or if you want to help out, get my content out to newbies and also people who want easy to understand analysis that could help them not FOMO in or take unnecessary risk, please do smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and also share your thoughts in the comments section. So let's dig in and take a look at the news first, and then we'll dive into the analysis. Just one news item today. I'm going to keep the news item short because they pushed the videos out way too long, and I know that 15-minute mark is roughly where the sweet spot is. So I want to try to get it to around a 15-minute. Bitcoin's hash rate surges, reaching a lifetime high. Difficulty expected to jump next week. And this is according to Bitcoin.com. And I'll show you the chart here. So right in this, let me see if we can zoom in. Maybe not. Hang on. Hope that's better. Here we go. So you can see here, roughly just before the 24th, it hit a lifetime high. And when the hash rate is really high, it makes mining more difficult. And so miners, when it's more difficult, it takes more electricity, so expenses go up. And so, but luckily, it dropped back down slightly. But something to watch out for as far as the hash rate and the impact it has to miners. And it costs more money for them to mine, and they're not able to pay for the expenses. They might sell some of their current holdings. Let's take a look at the crypto market heat map here. And Bitcoin's bounced back up to 40.2K. Dominance 41.16. Ethereum 3K roughly. Up 2.17. Dominance 19.60. Notice this dominance is just staying above 19 and like heading towards 20. It's just super impressive. Yeah, it's getting better. The store of value section is getting better. It's green, mostly green. You got the smart contracts here. It's mixed, half and half, and meme coins. They're in the greens mostly. Centralized exchange, they're mixed, and NFTs pretty red, except for Ape. I've been monitoring Ape. I would not go long on Ape, but it's good opportunity to short when the time comes. Anyways, it's about mix, but it's an improvement. Let's go to the market cap here. I'll zoom in. There we go. Market cap 1.86, moving back up from 1.82, up 1.16%. And you can see Bitcoin here, its market cap 763, make it to $764 billion. And here's the trading view daily chart. Let's take a look at BTC here. Yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to check on my weekly video, feel free to check my playlist, the video list I have on YouTube. It's a pretty good one. But yesterday, Bitcoin put in barely a bullish candle here, the doji candle. And then today is putting in a stronger bullish candle here. So let's take a look at what happened. So Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 38.2K, and it made a new a lower low right here. That's why I put in this yellow line, the LL, which stands for lower low, and put in a lower low. But then you see all this this tall bottom wick here pushing the price back up. So all the demand down here pushed it up. And it look at this, it's just so strange. Pushed it up literally right at the ascending support / resistance line. That line is so critical for Bitcoin, and it's literally right there right now. So if it breaks above and sustains it, that's pretty good. That's good. But if it breaks below and retests this lower low here, that's a chance that it could get to 37.5 here, the new FOMO level. Why is there the old FOMO level here? That's strange. Yeah, I think I moved that down here. That should be, yeah, 37.5 is the, so this one I erased because of the changes. So 37.5 would be like 15. Yeah, there you go. That's good. And then 25 below. I think we made 35. Oh, you know what? This is from the weekly chart that I updated. So ignore that for a second, because I haven't updated this from the weekly chart yet, and I'll update it when I post on Twitter. So excuse me for a second. All right. So let's go over to the Bollinger Band here. So currently where it's at right now, the Bollinger Band, notice the basis of the Bollinger Band is dropping here. It's descending sharply. And Bitcoin, when it's below the Bollinger Band, it can range between 12 and 38 days. And it's on its 20th day right now. So it's getting there. It's getting up there. But because the Bollinger Band is dropping, sooner or later it has to deal with that. It has to either go up or get pushed down further. That's the interesting part. And I think a couple of days it'll deal with that intersection. And the Bollinger basis right now is roughly at 40.9K. And the bull market support band, this grayish ribbon here, and that is still above the current candle. And so as long as it remains below the Bollinger Band, that's going to be bearish territory. I noticed that the bottom wick, when it went down, it just crossed the bottom Bollinger Band at, 38.4K when it dipped down to 38.2K. So if you didn't know, the bottom of the Bollinger Band is an oversold section. So oversold, got bought up, pushed the price back up. The the trading volume at this price range here, it's about average for as far as volume based on price. So it's about average. Volume for the daily volume here, it finally broke above the moving average after 2 days of being below. So it's over almost twice as much, almost. So lots of volume there. Let's take a look at the 50-day moving average, the pink line here, reddish pink line here. It's somewhat going horizontal, and that's at 42K still, and Bitcoin's below that. So if it's below this, what do they call that? It starts with a C, I forgot. But where it's an intersection of multiple major levels, like 50-day moving average, bull market support band, the middle basis of the Bollinger, convergence, something like, starts with a C. Anyways, that area is so important, that the fact that it's below that and they're trending down or horizontal, it'll be interesting to see if it'll break up above that. I don't think it will anytime soon, so it'll get pressure on the downside. Let's go to the KDJ here. The white J line of the KDJ rounded up from the bottom, it touched the start of the bottom range, which is 20 for KDJ. Touched that and then bounced back up, and it's now almost touching the blue K and the red D lines, and it's currently the white J line is registering at 31, and I give that a bull. For the MACD, the white MACD line continues to travel below, but starting to curve slightly up toward the red signal line here, and it's at the bottom of the range. And it's putting in the 21st consecutive less bearish, and slightly shorter histogram bar. As the white line gets closer to the red signal line, the histogram bars will get shorter and shorter, and eventually the white line will go up, penetrate up above the red line, and that's when it turns into more bullish histogram bars. So I gave that a bear for now. Down below we have RSI, which is red, and the blue CVD line, cumulative volume delta, curving the local bottom here, and then curving back up. RSI is at 42, and which is below the 50 middle mark, and because it's curving up, I'm giving that a bull. The blue CVD line is curving back up also, registering at 1.812 million, and I gave that a bull as well. What's interesting was, since Sunday I didn't do the daily, I did the weekly. The registration where these numbers are is almost identical to the numbers on Saturday, which is interesting. So it went down and curved back up. Is essentially what it did. The white momentum or MOM indicator is crabbing. It went down, flipped back up, and then kind of going horizontally at negative 413. So even though it went back up and somewhat sliding sideways with an upward tail, I still give it a crab, because that momentum was previously describing momentum that was picking up on the previous day, picking up bearish momentum, but now it's kind of like waning off, and it's because of the we have more bullish transactions here. So overall, what does this say? Here's my summary. BTC is likely to range between 39.6K and 41K. 39.6 is this green line here, and 41K is this reddish line here. But it has to deal with this ascending triangle. It needs to decide whether it's going to push up above and stay above, or it's going to drop back down. If it drops back down, obviously that's more bearish. If it stays above, that's more bullish. If it stays above, it'll more than likely retest 41. If it stays below, more than likely it'll retest 39.6K. But if it breaks that, it'll retest probably try to retest this lower lows here. So a few scenarios. Overall, I gave that this chart 2 crabs, because I think it's going to be a lot of choppiness, because it's such a volatile area. If you look back to the previous week, you can see how it chops sideways in between that the resistance line and the support line here. It did that. There's a high probability it might do that again. So I gave it 2 crabs because very choppy, and then a bull because there's bullish indications from the indicators below here. Let's go to as far as let me load up my if you didn't see my my new, let me see, my new entries were posted on Sunday's video, and I forgot to update the my entries here, but I'll show you so you have a copy. So basically, we're looking at, again, this is not financial advice. It's 37.5K, FOMO level, 15%, 35K, 20%, 32K, which is the sweet spot, 30%, 30K, 25%, 25K, 10%. And those have been verified with the Heatmap also. So let's go to the next chart and take a look. Before we go to this one, I want to show you the, let's do a live version of this. This is from lavitas.ch. Let's take a look at the options max Payne prices. So max Payne for the 26th would be, does it say 30? What is that? Can't read it. I don't know why they do dark purple and black background. It's ridiculous. Makes it so hard to see, especially when I have this giant sunflower light here, studio light here. So 39K is the max Payne for the 26 right here. You just gotta trust me if you can't see it. I'm sorry. Let's go to the 27th. It looks like 39K as well. Let's go to the 29th. That's 41K. That's a drop. It was 42K for a while. So that's a drop for the 29th. So pay attention to that one. And let's go to May the 6th. And that's 40K. So, but let's just go out to like some dates down here so you can see. We're not going to go through all of them because I don't have time for that. Because we're trying to keep this video short. So if you look here, 40K for June the 24th. So that gives you an idea that we're going to ride right around 40K. 40, around 40, I would say. So let's take a look at, so that's max Payne for you. We can take a look at open interest so you can see what dates matter. Let's go to, here we go. So the date, so we see the 29th here. If you've been following my videos, 29th is a very important day because we still have outstanding open interest. Open interest are contracts that have not been filled yet. So more than likely, max Payne is highly likely to get towards max Payne price of 41 for the 29th. On these other days, there's really low open interest. I wouldn't even pay attention to them. So I hope that helps. Let's go to, let me get that out of the way first. Let's go to heat map here. This is a close up the heat map. You can see the bounce down and the wall here at 38, which has been there for so long. It held. You can see that it dropped all the way to 38.2K, and then demand drove it back up to where it is now. So 38K wall, that's legit. It wasn't gonna move. So that's pretty cool. And you can see here the cumulative volume delta shows more aggressive sells. Aggressive sells are at market price, not limit sells, which are price that you lock in at a certain price and you wait for it to get filled. So these are market price orders. Not all of them. I'm just saying that they're more aggressive market sells. They're red, and you can see here it's almost maxed out. Let's get to the what happened to the other one? Oh, here it is. Now this is the zoomed out level, so you can see the sell wall on top. There's a big one still at 50. You got buy walls on the bottom. Notice these walls close to the current price range. They're getting thicker. As far as for up and down, they're getting thicker. So we have a lot more buy orders coming in right here around 38, 37, and in between them. You got 36, even 36 coming in here too. You see that whitish shade coming in, whereas over here is more bluish. The brighter and the redder, the warmer it is, the bigger the walls. And here 36K, 35K, that wall's been there for quite some time. And you can see some more down here building up. Even 33K is coming in. And then 32K has been there. 32K, you see how thick it is right there. And then 30K, 25K, and a decent one at 20K too. So it's changed a little bit when price started dropping. So more demand are coming in and putting in their orders down here. As far as liquidation levels, for the cumulative liquidation levels delta, which describes the high leverage 25x to 100x leverage positions, crazy leverage positions, don't do it, kind of leverage positions. So we take the money or the open interest into short high leverage positions up here. We minus that from the long levels down here, the money from here, from the longs, then you get the excess here. So because the excess is negative, that means just excess of shorts. And notice as the price went up, it liquidated some shorts, and you can see here how it dropped down. Here it's much bigger in excess than here. So at this price, it's not going to influence the price of Bitcoin much, as far as counter position is someone taking the counter position. So just interesting for you to see that more people are still high leverage shorting Bitcoin. And that's it. I appreciate your time. Please help spread my analysis to help others. It can be challenging to understand this market and understand the charts and all that stuff and all the complicated words and jargons and concepts. So I would appreciate it if you would smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and share your comments in the comment section. Thanks. Peace. By the way, I have one more video today, and that's Matic Monday. See you then.